I mean, it will keep you at the edge of your seat. Is this man going to kill his daughter? For what? That was the first thing that caught everyone's eyes, and that's what's going to catch you first. Welcome back to Movie Reviews with Lady TJ. Today, my movie review will be on Living in Bondage, Breaking Free.
You know, you remind me so much of my younger self.
I do?
Growing up, we always wanted more. You felt you're never really where you're meant to be.
Come on, we go.
Look at this life. Do you want this life? And I can give it to you. Everything.
I'm making you think right now. 150 million, I swear to God. One go back. Lagos got no down. Lagos got when I'm there over there.
Like I said, and blast off. Let's do that stuff. Like, moving like I'm cool in the game. Super the mainframe. When I'm doing my thing.
Power. Everything. It's not free, my boy.
Man, you stood pat, waiting on another cat. Ended up deflated like a
Look at this star boy of side.
Mr. Richard!
Yeah.
Amazing party you have yourself.
It was meant to have been a remake of Living in Bondage 1992.
They got Boya and Ranaya Karita Muyagi, Yamaka Junkie Bazin.
Rather than do a remake, they would do a sequel to Living in Bondage, and they called it Living in Bondage, Breaking Free. This fantastic movie was directed by our one and only Ramsey Noah. It was his debut and he did a fantastic job. Furthermore, the producers were, I think there were 3 producers. One was Steve Kukas, very popular producer, and Dr. Olakunre. And then they had another person called Charles Okpakele. I'm sorry if I did not pronounce it well. And between the 4 of them, I think they did a fantastic job. So I'm going to be reviewing it. It's not so different. If you have not watched Living in Bondage, the old one, you will not be missing anything because there isn't that much difference in Living in Bondage 1992 to Living in Bondage 2019. Mentored by an enigmatic tycoon, an ambitious young man faces crisis when his rise to power draws him into the occult. That is the story around Living in Bondage, Breaking Free. The opening scene was so scary. For those who have not watched it before, I'm sure that they will be feeling, what's going to happen? Is it going to do this? Is it not going to do this? But for those of us who have watched Living in Bondage in 1992, we knew that he was going to do it. Sorry, I've spoiled that. But then you can still watch it. He was freely, I mean, it will keep you at the edge of your seat. Is this man going to kill his daughter? For what? That was the first thing that caught everyone's eyes, and that's what's going to catch you first. And it was nicely done. I really loved the thrilling part of it. It was so thrilling. I really enjoyed that. But of course we knew it was predictable. It's the same thing. People who are looking for money get rich quick. That's the story. And how they got there was how it was plotted. For me, it was nicely done but predictable. For me, the casting was good because it infused the old actors, those who were in the 1992 Living in Bondage, into the new one, Breaking Free. We had the likes of Kenneth Okonkwo, who played Andy Okeke in this one. It was in the old one, and he played himself, the older version of himself, in this new one. We had Kanayo, who played Chifumege, and Ndidi Obi playing the wife of Kanayo, still the same role. And then we had Bob Manuel Onduku, who played Mike. These were the ones who were in 1992 Living in Bondage, and they were infused into this 2019 Living in Bondage. And then we have Ramsey Noah, who was the director, who played the lead role himself, and he was Richard Williams. And then we had Sean Fakwa playing Tobe, Ebele Okaro, our good Ebele Okaro, we all know her, she played Mrs. Onwori. Zulu Adigwe played Mr. Onwori, her husband. And then we had Swanky JKA, who was introduced into this, playing the lead role. Fantastic, I must tell you. It's a must watch, trust me. Now let's talk about Swanky JKA. He played the lead role, Nnamdi Okeke, in this production. Come on, it was fantastic. You know, the beauty of this was that Ramsey Noah, the director, actually wanted a new face in this production. And then he asked people to send in 1-minute promo of themselves and why they wanted to play that role of Nnamdi Okeke. And he picked Swanky. Let me tell you, he picked the right person for that role. He chopped that role, he swallowed it. He did it so nicely that it was so believable that he was actually in that position. You know what, Swanky? I don't know you from Adam, but I really loved you. I loved you, the way you acted. Everything you did was on point. Thanks, Ramsey. You're a good director. Don't quote me, but I'm very good. For me, the casting was perfect. Perfect casting. Brilliant continuation in this production. And cinematography was fantastic. The locations were beautiful. I mean, it had a lot of opulence, a lot of wealth displayed, a lot of beautiful things, like the aeroplane that they used, the cars, you know, the posh cars, everything was just perfect. It looked like you would want to be part of that. You know, you understand? Not in terms of production, but the money and the affluence and everything. You just want to be part of it. It was beautiful, beautifully done. You know, it showed that there was a lot of money spent, and the editor did a good job. They all acted very well. Even the new faces, they just fitted right into the production. It felt real, it felt believable. That was the beauty of it. The acting was fantastic. Swanky JK's role was very believable. He played the lead role, and it was a situation of him going from grass to grace, if you know what I mean. I mean, look at that scene where he woke up in the morning and he had to go into the market. You know, the poverty was showing on him, and he enjoyed it felt real because that was his day-to-day activity. He leaves home and he was talking to an Akara person. He was greeting everybody in that very poor neighborhood. That was fantastically done. And the fact that he actually asked for Akara, he couldn't pay for it. He says, "Can I have some Akara?" He was begging for Akara, and then he took it to the meeting that he went and was stealing it whilst he was eating it. That was really, really done. The guy, no, he did it for me. He was just fantastic. It was very well directed. Well done, Swanky, and of course, Ramsey. So everyone, the old actors and the new actors, they infused so well into this production. It made it believable, and it was fantastic for me. The occult setting was so believable. It was beautiful. I mean, it looked real. It looked like it was really happening and it could happen. And then look at Ramsey Noah in that red outfit. Come on. He looked just like the devil. That's the first one. The second one was the church, when Richard Williams, who played the devil, went to meet Andy Okeke, the pastor, in the church. Did you see how the door opened? Wow! It was scary. And the way he was, all the things that he did there, it looked believable. It was nice. I love that. The director playing the role of Richard Williams, a novel rich man, very wealthy, who has lost his soul to the devil, or maybe he was the devil himself. The way he portrayed himself, he's rich, he knows he's going to hell, you understand? And he didn't care. And it was take it or leave it. If you want to be rich, then you have to make sacrifices. He didn't hide it. He told people the truth. And a cigar, come on, that cigar until the last minute, he didn't light it. Eventually, he did light the cigarette, the cigar. and I thought he didn't know how to smoke until he just puffed it out, you know. So that was really beautifully done. He was able to, despite the fact that he directed the film, he was still able to play the lead role, which shows you that people are versatile in the talents that they have. That was done well. I like that. Although the film the film is a very good film. Let's give it that. But there were still a few flaws in this production, and I will not fail to mention it. So lessons learned. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is it is not possible for a man, Pastor Okeke, who has just left, that he has a son that he didn't know about, meeting the son for the first time, to start discussing issues about, oh yeah, I killed my ex-wife and all of that. It's not possible. Such a sensitive thing cannot be discussed on your first day. I think that was not realistic. I think it would never happen. It can never happen. Even if he's going to actually warn his son, it might be the second meeting or something, but not the first meeting. That was a flaw for me. Secondly, is the fact that, Nnamdi did not have any motivation. He came from a poor background. He became rich. He actually became rich through the cult, not knowing that he was going into a cult. When his father warned him, he did not have to go into that cult. He didn't have any motivation because he was rich. Unlike the old 1992 one. It was so obvious that the man was desperate. The man was frustrated. He didn't have any money. His mother was dying. There were so many things that motivated him to join the cult. For me, Swanky did not have any motivation. Nnamdi Okeke did not have any motivation to join that cult. He was greedy. He was greedy. That is another flaw for me. It didn't show me that, it means that he was just fickle-minded and he wanted more and more and more and more. That's the way it came across to me. Another thing was, oh my God, the blogger. That guy, for me, I don't even know what to say. For me, I did not think that role suited him. It didn't suit him because we did not understand why he was so crazy, why he was going after this cult people until the later part, towards the end of the film, when there was a news and he was saying, telling the cast that this person killed my sister, they sacrificed my sister and my niece. If this had been done at the beginning, towards the beginning we would know why he was so motivated. For me, I was just getting frustrated. And I'm thinking, what is wrong with him? You understand? He was very stiff. He just did not show, I'm sorry, I just did not like his role in that. And finally, for me, for an Igbo man, one thing is they spoke Igbo, they spoke Yoruba, they spoke some other languages, which was fantastic and well subtitled. But an Igbo man will not get rich and forget his family. They did not show us how, whether he went back to his family. They always want to show that I have arrived. There was nothing to show us that he has arrived. That would normally, for a Nigerian Igbo person, when they get rich. Until Toby, the brother, came to visit him, we didn't see anything about the family. I think that was a flaw. They should have shown us the family at least once more to see now that they've moved away from that poverty-stricken place they were and into some, enjoying the son's money. There was nothing to show us there. Before I tell you my score, I would like to read out some tweets about living in bondage and breaking free. This one is from Mr. Magic. He says, if there is an Oscar in Nigeria, please give it to this man already. Chidekene Achufuso, JKA Swanky, is a revelation. can't remember ever being this impressed by a Nigerian movie. Hats off to Ramsey Noah too for putting this brilliant piece of work together. The other one is from Stella Damasos, and she says, just saw Living in Bondage on Netflix. My goodness, this is the best movie ever. You guys please go see this movie right away. Kudos to everyone behind this masterpiece. There are lots of tweets, but those two just caught my eyes, you know. So those are the tweets for Living in Bondage, Breaking Free. I'm going to score this a film. That's my opinion though. I mean, you're free to make comments on it, and you can send your scores to me too. I will score this movie 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 because it was fantastically done. And I'm very stingy with my marks, so giving it 8 out of 10, trust me, it's because Ramsey, being his debut, has done a fantastic job. He's done very well in this production, and I wish him many more productions like this because it was fantastically done. That's when you know directors, you understand, and he directed it very well. Love you for that, Ramsey. Well, my takeaway with regards to this Living in Bondage, Breaking Free is that there is no leeway to getting rich quick. To get rich quick, you need to work hard for it. By trying to get rich fast, going through occultism and all of those is not the right way to get rich. That has shown you that regardless of how you do it, there are repercussions for everything you do. And you can say that although they showed us the way they were poor and the way they got rich and everything, they still also showed us the repercussions behind you trying to join the occult. So please, my advice is do not join any occult. Try and work hard and get rich. You can get rich through hard work. Thank you. Well, if you have enjoyed this program, Movie Review with Lady CJ, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell and make your comments. You'll be the first to know when another program comes through. Please do not forget, like, share, comment, hit the notification bell and make your comments down there. Until another day, keep on keeping on. I love you. Take care and God bless.
Just